Budget transfers to cover the Norwalk Police Department came under much debate Tuesday night at the Norwalk Common Council meeting.
This is money that we are contractually obligated under Connecticut state law to provide to the officers in the department. If we don't approve this, I have no idea where the money will come from, but it's got to come from somewhere.
Transfer funds of just over $789,000 will cover the police department's contract wage settlements, and over $550,000 will cover the drop and surveillance payments, as well as anticipated overtime wages. The council previously approved the contract, which later led to the need for transfer funds.
The majority of us voted on this contract. We're getting a second bite at the apple that we had an argument about when the contract came. We discussed it the first time.
The city is certainly obligated to abide by the terms of the contract, and in fact, after the contract settlement was approved by the council, the city has paid the retro payments and adjusted the salaries. A failure to approve the appropriation would put the police department in a significant bind, because what it would mean is that toward the end of the fiscal year, which we're there now, they would, if the appropriation was not forthcoming, in order to stay within their budget, they would have to take pretty drastic actions to try to make up this amount of money. Would probably mean, laying off the entire police force for the month of June or something like that.
If we don't vote for this, are we then not in violation of our contract with the police department?
We should set a tone where we're not always put into a predicament where our back is against the wall and we have to vote for something, and if we don't, dire consequences. We don't even know if that's even true.
Council members David Watts, Sharon Stewart, and Faye Bauman protested the nearly $1.4 million of budget transfers to the department's expenses, saying the funds could be used differently, primarily within the city's urban core.
The structure, the way the police department is funded and run is they need to hire more officers, and they shouldn't have as many officers being paid at the rate that they are being paid.
If you're voting for the police contract, you sort of have the little obligation here to follow up and pay for what you voted for.
The council moved the item and will come back to it at a future meeting. In Norwalk, I'm Priscilla Lombardi for It's Relevant News.